If you ever sold a painting or creative piece of your work, you're officially an artist. Congratulations! What's up, everyone, and welcome to Creatively Enhanced, the show that is dedicated to visual artists and creative entrepreneurs. I'm your host and artist mastermind, Chantel. The main question I receive constantly is, how do I price my art? The truth is, there is no right or wrong way in pricing your art. And the second truth is that being a business owner, I can tell you that you have the choice to decide how you want to charge for your artwork and your creativity. This is the freedom that comes with entrepreneurship, charging and coming up with a pricing method that is accustomed to your personal and your business needs. Artists want to sell their artwork, but they get caught up on the idea of what selling art looks like. And this is where you'll have to make an executive decision. How much money do you want to make, and how are you going to make it? It is a sales strategy at play. In this episode, I will be giving you 4 tried and true pricing methods that worked for me over the years of selling my art. So let's get into it. The first method is the competitive pricing method. This method is used in pricing your art based on the competitive market. This method is used when comparing to other artists in the same style or genre of art and analyzing their pricing. Hence, charging the same and around the same price, potential buyers tend to shop and compare prices of the same style of art. And the difference is, when you offer competitive pricing, the buyer will more than likely buy directly from you. Outside of competitive pricing, buyers will buy directly from you because of just who you are. They like your style, how you showcase your work, and they will go out of the way to support your business. Competitive pricing looks like this. Let's just say your paintings are abstract paintings, and they range in the colors of white and black. You find another abstract artist who appears to be successful on social media. They're verified, they have a lot of followers, and they sell their black and white paintings in the same size as yours for $500. Since your style of work is similar, don't get it twisted, not plagiarize or copy, you will set a price around the same price as the other artist. You could either increase or decrease your price by a certain dollar amount or a percentage amount. And this is what makes your pricing competitive. The second method is the square inch formula. The square inch formula is a pricing method that is used to calculate per square inch in your wage. In the square inch formula, you would multiply the size of your canvas, so your height times your width, and then you take that number and you multiply it with the wage, which will equal the price. Now stay with me here, because this is a lot of numbers. So for example, your canvas is an 8-inch in width. Your canvas is an 8-inch in height and a 10-inch in width. Your wage per square inch is $3. So you would multiply 8 times 10, which equals 80. 80 is the amount you would then multiply with your wage per square inch, which is $3. So 80 times 3 is 240. Your artwork price for sale is $240. The plus side of using this method is the calculation is quick and easy. It is pretty straightforward and a popular choice. If you're a beginner in the art field, a good starting point for wage is $1.50 to $5. Just be sure you can live up to charging higher wages with producing quality work, quality packaging, and great delivery and customer service. The larger the canvas, just reduce the wage amount. You can reduce it by, say, 20%, maybe 10%. The third method is the breakdown formula. The breakdown formula is my go-to method when charging for an art piece. This formula is counting the cost of every single piece of resource and material used to make my artwork. This includes the canvas, the framing, and the shipping. You add everything up, and then you charge this to the final price. Using this method will require you to know your wage per square inch. Always be aware of the shipping cost. Cost per state and region, it will change. The larger the painting, the higher the cost of shipping. To get an estimate amount of what shipping costs will look like, you could go online, research a carrier, so let's just say UPS, and you can use their calculator to calculate the shipping cost. If you use a website or a hosting platform like an e-commerce platform, typically the shipping cost is automatically included at checkout. It is wise to save your receipts to reference at any cost that you want to factor in. Again, stay with me. More numbers. So for example, an 8-inch by 10-inch canvas costs $10. The cost of your paint is $18. Your wage per square inch is $3. So you're going to do the square inch formula here where it's 80, which is 8 by 10, times the wage, which is 3, that equals $240. Shipping and packaging is $25. You add everything together, so 10 plus 18 plus 240 plus 25, you get $293 for the cost of the art piece. That's how much you will sell it for. This is also a great way to set a price for commissioned art. For those that work digitally, pricing include any cost of programs you need to use, such as illustration programs and phone apps. You take those costs and add it in with your wage. So for example, if you use a design program that costs $12 a month and use a phone app that's $5 a month, then you have a wage of $10 per hour and your illustration took 15 hours. You would then add the cost of your programs together, which is 12 plus 5, that's 17, and then take your wage, which is $10 an hour, multiply that by 15 hours is 150. Then you add 150 plus 17, and the total sale of your art piece would be $167. The positive to this advantage is that the products are delivered electronically, so you don't have to incur the shipping expenses. However, if you do need to ship, you just add that in. The last method is the flat rate method. The flat rate method is just as it sounds, flat. This formula is used when creating rough guesstimates of what you want to charge for your art. Example, you have an 8 by 10 canvas and it costs $10. So you just put a number out there and say the painting is for sale for $30. The downside to charging this way is that you miss out on expenses such as shipping, and also you leave a lot of money out on the table. Going forward, this method may work as majority of artists start off this way because they do not know what to charge for their art. But I can guarantee you, the more you practice and you get familiar with the different methods that are available, you will find your sweet spot. If you ever feel stuck not knowing what to do, give each of these methods a try and see what works. Practice saying the price of your art out loud. Doing this will help gain your confidence over time, and there is power in what you say. Start small if you're unsure. Practice working your way up in your pricing. Be reasonable though, and you will get better over time. These methods are not only ways to charge for your art, and you can use them and customize them for your pricing any way you want. Do your research and narrow down what works best for you. You got this. So to learn more about how to price your art, how to find your art collectors, how to market on social media, you could download my free workbook available on my website at creativelyenhanced.com. That'll be listed under the resources. That brings us to the end of this episode. Thank you for tuning in today. And if anything, I want you to remember this. You are the boss. You are in control of pricing your art. Because guess what? You're an artist. Do not be intimidated to increase your prices. This podcast was created to be an inspiration and assistance for your art journey. And if you want to connect with me, my email is listed in the notes section of this episode. Coming up, I will be discussing getting your art exhibited. Be sure to visit my website and subscribe to stay up to date on my blog and new artist resources. I will be launching a membership program that will have unlimited access to my templates for your art business. This will include one-on-one mentoring, mastermind sessions, and so much more. So stay tuned and take care.